Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Hawk versus Czech. This game taking place here on Northern Isle. Over here on the top right hand side of the map, we have Hawk spawning as the red human. Opening up with an altar of kings, farm, and barracks. Pretty standard fare. Meanwhile, over here on the bottom left, we see Czech opening up altar of elders, moonwell, and Ancient of War off to the north. Now, Keeper of the Grove has been a mainstay for quite some time. Just the amount of presence and how much damage that Keeper of the Grove can do. Also, the utility and how easy it is to level up that hero. I think that's one of the reasons why the Mountain King is not chosen as primary hero for the human army nearly as much. A late game high or a mid game high level Mountain of the King is much more threatening than a mid game high level Archmage. It's just trying to get your Mountain King to that middle to high level is significantly more difficult, because water elementals on the Archmage is a way to mitigate damage from your army. So that is one of the reasons why there is no easy way to heal one unit a lot of hit points. There is only scrolls of regeneration, which at some times can feel better than healing salves, and at other times feels a little bit worse. Anyways, Archmage about to make its way out. 2 farm opening here, 22/24 supply. There is that third farm now, making it difficult to try and knock on the farm door and get inside the base, as we should be looking at militia being called on over. Archmage gonna go ahead and drop a water elemental here, most likely. Let's take a look what is happening here. Wisp gonna go ahead and do a little bit of scouting back around, and well, what is it going to do? Perhaps a detonation onto the water elemental. Archmage has not dropped anything as of yet. There's a water elemental. There's the detonation. And that not only removes hit points from the water elemental, but mana from that Archmage. Archmage is now significantly more behind in terms of mana, unable to drop a second water elemental as of now. All right, let's take a look at what's happening next. Making its way back off to the north, you're going to see the Ogre Warrior now taken out as well. Archmage going to finish off some units as the Water Elemental going to finish off the Ogre Warrior. Ogre Warrior going to get taken down. There's an entangle onto a Peasant as the Keeper of the Grove now doing a little bit of a run back. Is it going to try to pick off more units? It looks like it will be able to pick off another Peasant there. There goes another, and there is another entangle as well. All right, let's take a look. More damage coming across again. Keeper of the Grove making its way back down. It is going to get denied, though, by that Archmage as the Keeper of the Grove heads back down to the south. Footmen heading off to the north. Meanwhile, water elementals going after this particular creep camp. Going to be able to finish off some huntsmen here. Picked up the item, Ring of Regeneration, Scroll of the Beast. Is the Keeper of the Grove going to be able to steal any big experience? That is the question there, as another entangle could be in store. Keeper of the Grove does not get an entangle off onto any of those footmen there. Footmen are all retreating back, and it looks like Czech is going to try and do a little bit more harassment again. Blacksmith getting, well, constructed. You're going to see a quick entangle onto that blacksmith, which will end up delaying the rifleman just for a split second. There goes that peasant, as the Keeper of the Grove really does have to head back home now, doing as much harassment damage as he could. Back home, Huntresses, interestingly enough, getting added into this fight, and the Huntresses are going to be great. Well, actually not going to be that great when trying to go up against all of those riflemen. There is another entangle again, and this may be one of the reasons why the Keeper of the Grove wants to delay this as much as possible. He knows that he's going for a Huntress army, and anytime that he can delay this blacksmith, it will end up being a bigger window where he has to deal with less riflemen. Huntresses still getting added in here. Meanwhile, Archmage sitting at level 3. Ring of Regeneration, Replenishment Potion. Oh, could try and go after some more units here. Is going to perhaps finish off that footman. 2 more shots. Keeper of the Grove could just dive on in here. That could be a very big deal. There goes one. Is going to try and finish off another. That footman down to 63 hit points, down to 48, but it does get teleported back. Keeper of the Grove all healed back up. Minus a scroll of Town Portal. Was it really worth it? That is the question. It did teleport a very long distance. It did give a little bit of experience, but in the end, 1 footman versus a scroll of Town Portal, it doesn't make sense economically speaking. If it, however, would have given the Keeper of the Grove level 3, perhaps that additional entangle would have been enough here, as the Archmage now continues to try to pressure again. One thing that it looks like that Keeper of the Grove is trying to do. Oh, there's an entangle onto a Rifleman. Rifleman gonna take a lot of damage here. Keeper of the Grove could try and shut down some more units, as this 1 Rifleman will get finished off. There it goes. Units are all in a bit of a run once more. And that is the downside of trying to go for a 3 supply unit. The Keeper of the Grove able to shut down a 3 supply unit and finish it off, essentially being 50% more effective than trying to take down a footman right there. Alright, Staff of Preservation would have been necessary. Huntress, that 1 poor Huntress is already down to 58 hit points. Is it going to be able to get away? It's trying to run around the corner, down to 21 hit points, down to 13, down to 5, and gets taken out. Acid Bomb doing enough damage right there as another entangle onto a Rifleman, but that's not going to be enough. The Rifleman, with its 535 hit points, able to live and fight another day. Alchemist currently sitting back, not quite sure why it is not engaging in on that fight. Scroll of Regeneration across multiple footmen, healing up all of these units here. Was there another? It looks like the Keeper of the Grove gained a little bit more experience. Really can't quite make it out though. Alright, Ancient of Lores. Are we going to be going into Dryads and Bears? That is most likely the situation here. The problem will be if enough Riflemen are able to make their way out onto the field. Acid Bomb right here. Acid Bomb onto another unit. It looks like a 1 poor footman could get taken out just due to damage. Oh, does it pick up the item? Yes! Stealing the item. Check steals the health stone and is now able to make its way out. It's trying to finish off that low hit point footman. That footman is now down to dead as another acid bomb hits the remainder of those units. Huntresses could join in on the fight. There's an entangle onto that alchemist right there. However, the alchemist currently surrounded, could be in a lot of trouble. Staff of Preservation saves it in time as it teleports the unit all the way back. Acid bomb onto the Keeper of the Grove should have just backed away from the last Huntress there, so that this Huntress was not within, splash damage, so to speak, there. That steal was crazy. Who is the elf? Top left-hand corner of the map. I will always try to have the players. It is Check. Alchemist. Keeper of the Grove, level 2, level 1. Alchemist now sitting at level 2 does have a Ring of Regeneration, and that is actually a very useful item on an Alchemist who does tend to take a lot of damage. The Alchemist could also transfer that Ring of Regeneration to the Archmage right now, as the Archmage is relatively lower on hit points. Nope, no problem at all, as the Riflemen are sitting on, no upgrades either. 43 supply compared to 39. And the Keeper of the Grove just seems to be rinsing and repeating the same strategy over and over again. He wants to get in with that harassment. I think he knows that there is no expansion at all. Meanwhile, the Alchemist is going after his opponent's creep camps and essentially stealing a bit of that as well. Oh, did we see the transfer? No, we did not see the transfer of that Ring of Regeneration. Always liked, maintaining and managing your items. Is it really worth it? As the Huntresses with 0 upgrades, Keeper of the Grove is right there. Has a Staff of Preservation, also has a Scroll of the Beast. We'll see where all of that is going to come to next. Alright, let's take a look. Peasants wandering around. Archmage now making its way back down. Arachnids now making their way over. as the Alchemist and the Archmage. Oh, gonna go ahead and try to get engaged. Web Spinner gonna get taken down. All of these units will get finished off. Level 2 Brilliance Aura, most likely, yep, getting a little bit more mana once again. Keeper of the Grove could try and get an Entangle off. The priests do not yet have Dispel Magic. That is important to note, as Forces of Nature and Keeper of the Grove Entangle is still highly useful until that upgrade is completed. Level 1 weapons upgrades also getting done here, as the Riflemen do have a range upgrade already there. All right, Priest gonna get taken down. There goes one Priest already. Slow poison onto all of these units, and this is always a problem. As you can see, the Priest, finally gets the adept training, but is it gonna matter? Yes, it will. It is able to stay alive with the help of a healing spray and also some of its own personal healing there. Dryads, however, trying to run around and go in for a pincer attack. This could potentially be a problem, as the units are going to be running back down here. Keeper of the Grove, where are you going to retreat to? You need to run away. There goes another priest. As we take a look, Force of Natures are now going to join in on the fight. Acid Bomb gets thrown down here. Keeper of the Grove in a little bit of trouble, down to 262 hit points. Alchemist is still in that front line, dealing a lot of damage. Archmage says, I do not want to stick around, and it does back off. All right, we have the Blue Drake Creep Camp in the right spot here. Keeper of the Grove, well, transferring the Health Stone would actually be helpful, as it would increase the natural regeneration of that Keeper of the Grove by 1 hit point a second. However, the Alchemist has finally taken some damage of its own. I guess overall it is okay, as the Blue Drake will end up getting taken down. Keeper of the Grove, is it going to get to level 4? No, it is not. Also, Pipe of Insight, the exact item that you were looking for on that Keeper of the Grove. Dryads benefiting from that Brilliance Aura. We are going to have much more mana for Abolish Magic. Meanwhile, back off to the north, Hawk, sitting at only 44 supply, needs to break into at least 50 or get to 50 as quickly as possible. He may not want to try to get into low upkeep, but his army, well, could just be a little bit larger without any real penalties. Meanwhile, let's take a look back across here. Alchemist sits at level 3, still healing back up. No Warden will get taken down. We are going to be going into a Ring of Protection +2. As I've said before, armor on high hit point units, definitely worth a lot more. As we now, well, scan over here to the top left. Keeper of the Grove, Brilliance Aura here, ready to go. Let's take a look back across over here as well. Dryads going to start to try and poke their way through. Well, these Dryads really need to move their way in, start attacking, and then back off. That doesn't seem to be the case this time around. As we take a look, Alchemist just shy of level 4. Alchemist selling an expensive item. I did not catch what it was, but that 250 gold could be an extra rifleman or some sort of other unit here in just a moment. Perhaps even a mortar team. 57 supply compared to 66 right now. Mortar teams are upgraded 1-0. That is all the upgrades on the table for right now, as we are looking at a little bit of a split army action. This either could be a brave gambit or the beginning of the end for Czech, as usually when your army is split across multiple units, well, if your army does try and engage, you end up losing a lot more if your opponent has more units here. All right, there's a quick Abolish Magic right there. There goes that mortar team, getting in a little bit more experience. Meanwhile, well, not very good use at all by the Alchemist, but he is going to find a Tome of Intelligence. Back down to the south, Keeper of the Grove still wandering around here. Alchemist ready to move on through, wants to get to level 4. We are setting up an expansion over here by the Night Elf. Night Elf getting in a little bit more gold a second, and this expansion has been going on for quite some time, I believe for the last 2 minutes. Back off to the north here, Force of Nature is going to finish off this Arcane Tower in pretty much record time, even though there is a peasant trying to repair it. Is going to be able to finish it off. Oh, it might be able to do with that 1 Dispel Magic, finishing off and removing a good amount of damage. Thank you, Shocky Shock, for the follow, as the army has finally regrouped. All right, finally regrouping with the rest of the units, but you cannot hope to live on just dryads and huntresses alone, especially when you're going up against a mortar team rifle army. Acid bombs straight up across multiple units here, and what that does is it eats through a lot of the mana on those priests. Normally this would be a bigger issue, but the Archmage is already at level 2 with that Brilliance Aura. It will help tremendously, also because these units have not taken that much damage. Alright, let's go ahead over here. Another acid bomb splashing across multiple units. And the Brilliance Aura on that Alchemist, if it's close enough to the Keeper of the Grove, means that the Alchemist can keep on just raining that concoction all game long. Mortar team, 1-0 upgrades. Alchemist comes back over. Mountain Giants are going to be joining in on the fight. I don't know if you saw them earlier. Here you have Mountain Giants getting trained up. We are getting hardened skin or the resistant skin upgrade, as well as the Dryads are going to make their way over. You know my deal with Mountain Giants. They are incredibly powerful if you know exactly what to or how to use them, but damage does stick incredibly fast. Force of Nature joining in on the fight. Alchemist gonna try and shake away, as we could see a little bit of damage adding on to all of these units. It is gonna be a trading of an expansion trading against the main unit, and this is something that I don't like to see from players who do not have an expansion. They stop all of their mining, and then in essence what ends up happening, well, Abolish Magic gonna get a little bit more experience. There you go. We may see another one right there as the Dryads finish off those water elementals. You cannot stop all of your mining to stop half of the mining of your opponent. It just doesn't work out. All right, repairs. Is it gonna get in time? Mortar team's gonna rain it down. No uprooting. That was a big shock there. You might as well uproot so that you do not take bonus damage from those mortar teams. Dryads getting absolutely shell-shocked right now. Has to be careful, though, as the teleport does get back. All right. Let's take a look back across here. Alchemist, Archmage, level 4, level 5, 1-0 upgrades. No level 2 upgrades as of yet. We are still getting more mortar teams again. Riflemen and mortar teams could also have that inner fire bonus. Meanwhile, back down to the south, Czech wants to rebuild this expansion, and well, he does have the larger army. He's sitting at 80 over 80 supply compared to Hawk, who is kind of just in low upkeep hell. 70 over 72, you're down by 20 supply, and you are not mining that efficiently. Meanwhile, Czech is going for the double expand here, hoping that one of these expansions triple expand, hoping that one of these expansions pay off. All right, Forest Troll High Priest will get finished off there. There goes the mortar teams, bringing them down. Riflemen all with that inner fire, dealing bonus damage as well. And that is incredibly important as another acid bomb goes across multiple units. All right, this Tree of Life, what's going to happen here? One Mountain Giant wandering back and forth, needs to re-engage here. This is not a good spot for it. Are we going to get some sort of entangle? No, we are not. Acid Bomb getting thrown down, splashing across multiple units. Only +1 armor right now as Acid Bomb going on to the Mountain Giant there. Mountain Giant getting a little bit of reduced armor. Tree of Life does not have any armor type right now as it is being built, as the Dryads show up to the party. All right, if the Dryads can constantly dodge those missile projections from those mortar teams, well, the amount of damage that's being dealt is significantly less. However, Mountain Giants getting a lightning shield, wandering into the back here. Multiple Mountain Giants into that front line location. Healing spray not going to be enough, as we are fighting in a very narrow choke point. This is exactly where Hawk wants to be fighting, knowing that so many of these melee units are unable to engage, while all of the range units here are able to engage freely. However, with that said, the unit damage type, medium armor going up against piercing and fortified, still very much favors this medium armor type. Rifleman continuing to fight here. Let's take a look. Oh, we could end up having the death. Nope. Quickly using that health stone there, wanting to make sure that that unit stays alive. Force of Nature goes in a little bit too far. Quick dispel magic, and the priest quickly remove that threat from behind. Keeper of the Grove is going to be able to do very much. Orb of... No, I did not... I thought I saw an Orb of Venom. Perhaps that was just a poison magic there, as more and more mortar teams are getting taken down. All right, Mountain Giants continuing the chase. We could have negative armor here. Acid Bomb. Oh, wait, no, let's take a look at this. Mount Alchemist down to 378 hit points. Maybe forced to use a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Does do exactly that. Orb or a slow poison, slowing the Rifleman down enough for it to get finished off here. All right, Rifleman just going to turn back around here, finish off the remainder of these forces of nature as the Alchemist sits at level 4. All right, passive regeneration from this Ring of Regeneration has really healed a significant amount of hit points on this Alchemist. Having high hit points to constantly regenerate, always great. Human will come out on top. Remember who said it first. All right, well, let's take a look. Hawk sitting at 58 compared to 83. This would be a very, very big swing and turnaround as the Alchemist is in that front line trying to fight back. Potion of Invulnerability, 15 seconds of Invulnerability as the Riflemen are still looking to pull back again. Just far too many Mountain Giants. 83 supply compared to 59 as the Mountain Giants are starting to just eat away at some of those water elementals. Dryads have plenty of mana. Alchemist now of the Night Elf gets up to level 5, level 3 healing spray. Keeper of the Grove still doing a bit of a chase as the damage is just starting to eat up so much. Alchemist could be in trouble here. This one Mountain Giant down to 286 hit points needs to get Staff of Preservation, and it does. Beautifully done, down to 52 hit points, but it could die to that Acid Bomb. No, the resistant skin. Nope, never mind, it still died. Alchemist, with that Acid Bomb, it got sent back home. It had a bunch of moon wells to drink from, but it still ended up falling. Archmage sitting at level 5. Alchemist sitting at level 5 right there. Priest, 61 supply compared to 79. Hawk closing in on that difference. Only an 18 supply difference now, but there is gold mines mining in each corner of the map here. So it is 4 bases to 1. 4 bases to 1 right now as this entangled gold mine will get taken out. All right, Wisp trying to make their way over. We could see a bit of detonation onto some of those priests as well. Scroll of Town Portal to try and get away, removing some big mana once more. And I believe that might also, does that remove it out of upkeep? Now at 83. So yeah, you can take a look. Siege Engine going after this Tree of Life right here. Meanwhile, this Tree of Life still mining away without any problems. 83 supply compared to 64. And this game, if Hawk loses, it's just going to be because of map awareness. He doesn't have enough to know where his opponent is all around the map. Let's take a look at this. The main gold mines are about to be mined out here. 1 minute left for the human gold mine. Completely gone now for this Night Elf gold mine. There it goes. All right, gonna go. Oh, Acid Bomb gonna finish off many Wisp. This Rifleman, are we gonna see some detonations? Yes, there you go. As this Tree of Life will end up getting taken down. All right, Siege Engine down to 43 hit points. Could get taken down. Alchemist just chasing after the unit. There it goes. Finishes it off. Now, taking down nearly full Moonwells does also hurt mortar teams. 2-0 upgrades with Inner Fire dealing upwards of 90, almost 100 damage per mortar as those mortar teams now looking to pull back again. Let's take a look. A 12 supply difference. And if Hawk somehow comes away with this game, it would be amazing since the amount of gold that Czech is mining is just simply through the roof. All right, so are we going to see a Staff of Preservation? There goes the Abolish Magic. Scroll of Healing, trying to save up as many units as we can. Keeper of the Grove still alive. Tate finishing off, and the mortar teams are trying to go after the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove purposely moved away. Dryad now trying to move back away as the Mountain Giants are still joining in on the fight. Alchemist is in that front line spot. Let's take a look at this here. A Lightning Shield perhaps onto a whole full hit point out, or a Mountain Giant could be enough. There goes another Mountain Giant again, but 58 supply compared to 79 as the Keeper of the Grove looks to back up again. Mountain Giants just trying to take down multiple units. Healing Spray trying to save up all of those units here. Keeper of the Grove is in big trouble. If this Keeper of the Grove gets taken down, Acid Bomb could do it. Down to 20. Nope, down to 22 hit points as the Keeper of the Grove needs to figure out a way to get some healing going. Down to 30 right there. We're looking at some long distance mining. We should be looking at a Scroll of Healing right there. There, it was used. Scroll of Town Portal, perhaps a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability on that one Keeper of the Grove could be enough. Meanwhile, this Tree of Eternity is going to end up getting taken down. Mining still happening here. No mining except for long distance mining coming in from Hawk. Hawk, 58 supply compared to 85. Mortar teams, 2-0. Riflemen, obviously the same. As well, one Dryad gonna hold off on that position right there. All right, Staff of Teleportation heads back. This is the problem right now. You are dry on Moonwells. There is Force of Nature. Quick Dispel Magic should finish those all off. There they go. As the Force of Nature, well, Mass Teleport getting away right here, right now. Keeper of the Grove sits at level 5. Alchemist sits at level 5. If the Keeper of the Grove gets to level 6, it's all off the table, as this Tree of Life, well, trying to live and fight another day does not look that good. It is now one full mine against long distance mining as the Dryad looks to finish off some more of those units. A little bit of a chase getting underway. Mortar teams, is it going to be able to well, survive here? There go. No, so much healing getting underway. Mountain Giants, Staff of or not Staff, Mass Teleport saving all of those units again as a Dryad also gets taken out. 57 supply compared to 73. Last mining off over here. Yes, this is already gone. It is trying to be rebuilt as we are looking at an acid bomb go down on multiple units again. That Alchemist should have pulled away. It looks like it did, only having a Dryad stand next to it, as the Keeper of the Grove could be in trouble. More damage getting added here. Alchemist with Healing Spray trying to save more units. Should see a quick Abolish Magic finishing off more units. You got to be very careful right now. Alchemist could be in trouble. Alchemist could get taken down. Staff of Preservation saves it, and the Archmage goes down. With the level 6 Archmage now gone, no easy escapes at all, and that may be the end of it as the Keeper of the Grove gets Tranquility. Tranquility across this wide army could be the end, as well, a beautiful game by Czech and just winning because of mass resources. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Really, that Archmage and Hawk doing a great job keeping it even, but chasing after the Alchemist was the downfall. Not having a Staff of Sanctuary from Hawk really cost them the game, not being able to save the occasional mortar, denying experience from your opponent, preventing level 6 would have changed the outcome of the game completely. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.